Hey guys, do you have an ex that you have a hard time getting along with, but you have to for the sake of your children? This is the video for you. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Song, and today we are going to talk about divorce and how it affects your child. So with me today, I have my son Stefan.
What's up?
He's 15, and I actually posted a message on Instagram a couple days ago, and I got a lot of feedback from it, so I wanted to share a video about our story. Okay. I think sometimes as parents we forget that the decisions that we make in life are going to affect our children. So we want to make sure that when we're co-parenting, we are doing three things. Three.
Not two, not one, three.
Stefan's dad and I were married a very long time ago, before he was born. And then we got divorced about a year later. It's a long story for another video. I won't go into all that now. But in that process, obviously separating and being co-parents, it definitely took a toll for me, because he's my firstborn, and it was very hard to have to share him with somebody else. Like, we ended up living in two different states, and so Stefan was primarily with me, and he would visit his dad on holidays and summer vacation, and so it was hard. Every time he would leave, I would cry. So fast forward to last year, well, actually a couple years before that, not Jeremiah, that's my other son, Stefan had been asking about going to move with his dad, and I kept saying, well, maybe when you start high school. So last year he started high school, and he said he wanted to go live with his dad. And after a long debate in my mind and listening to his viewpoints on it, which were very logical, about, him growing up, almost being an adult, and just want to be able to really have that time with his dad and his other side of the family before he leaves, other than just going to see him during the summer, I decided to let him go. So I cried for like an hour. But ultimately I wanted to do what was best for him. One thing that I try to do when co-parenting is to focus on what's going to be best for the child. Like, no, we may not be in a relationship anymore, but we have to think about how everything that we're going to do, or that we do, is going to affect our child. So we are, one, forgiving any animosity or anger we have towards our ex, so that we don't pour that over onto our children. Sometimes we can be like, you get on my nerves, you act just like your daddy, or you act just like your mama, and that's why I can't stand them and stuff. And so we take that negativity that we have for our ex, and then we pour it onto our children, and we treat them a certain way because of how we feel about our ex. I wanted him to be able to share his viewpoint on being a child whose parents were separated or divorced, and how that affected him. So how did you feel, or how do you feel, having parents who are not together, especially living in two different states?
Well, most of the time I would feel kind of bad about it, but like, I learned like sometimes a bad thing has to happen for another good thing to happen. And I wouldn't have my other brother, Jeremiah. Or my new sister. Yeah, I wouldn't have them if if you guys stayed together. So
How did you deal with your dad marrying somebody else?
it was kind of awkward at first, so I just stayed quiet about it for a while. Yeah.
Yeah. And then when did it stop being awkward?
Well, when did it stop getting awkward?
Mm-hmm.
When she bought me ice cream. No, I'm playing.
I believe that's probably true.
No, it's not. I'm gonna say when my sister was born, my other sister, like my first sister.
So, what about when I got married?
Well, when you got married, yeah, no, I'm playing. When you got married, no. Although, like, most of the time, I just wanted my own space. They kept bugging me, no pun. But, like, that's true, though.
And two, we want to make sure that we are communicating with that person about everything that needs to be communicated when it comes to your child. Like whether it's school, whether it's doctor's appointments, behavior, sports, emotional standing, making sure that you're checking in with your ex. I keep wanting to say significant other, but it's your ex-significant other. You guys are not together anymore. That's how you co-parent, because you're not together. But you want to make sure that you check in with each other. I talk to his dad on a regular basis about what's going on with him. When you keep those lines of communication open about the child and don't make it about you or your feelings or your negativity towards that person, then it makes it a lot easier for you to co-parent together. I think that sometimes it's very easy to forget that you decided to lay down with this person and make a baby with this person, so now they're in your life for the rest of your life, whether you like them or not.
Communication, it goes both ways. Not only talk to your ex, talk to your kids as well, because your kids have feelings too.
Yes. How do you feel?
I feel great.
Do you have a sex talk?
No. That's not what this video is supposed to be about. I've had that talk way too many times.
Whatever. He's in high school now, so you should have this conversation with your kids, because in high school...
I have no kids.
Not you. I'm talking to the parents. Have that conversation with your kids.
They can see us. No, fine.
Because kids do stuff now, so you need to check in and make sure, you're having the birds and the bees conversation. Anyways, that's a whole nother video. We're not going to talk about that here. As parents, I think sometimes we forget that kids have feelings too. We just assume, oh, they're, they don't care, they'll get over it and stuff. But divorce and separations affect them as well. So you're not the only person who went through a breakup. Sometimes the kids go through breakups too, and they don't want to be forgotten in the midst of this, and they don't want to have to choose. Don't ever make your kids choose, that they have to love you more than they love the other parent or something like that. Don't try to put them in the middle and play tug of war with them, because they are the ones who end up losing in the long run. I text him and ask him how he's doing. I check in with him a lot, even though he doesn't respond to all of my text messages.
Most of the time I'm busy. It's
I
difficult
swear,
up in Texas.
He thinks that he's so busy.
I am though.
And I feel like all he's doing is playing video games. And
No,
why
no,
can't
I'm
he respond
busy.
to his mama's text messages?
Okay, guys, hold on. Let me explain before my mama starts exposing me to some stuff. Most of the time, I be either doing my homework, and I'm not allowed to have my phone while I'm doing my homework. So then I don't text her. I don't text her until I finish my homework, or I'm asleep, or I'm playing the game, and I'm listening to music on my phone. But like, I don't have my phone in my hand because I'm playing the game. But yeah.
So I let it slide that I don't get a response from all of you. Anyway, how does it feel now? You've been out there for a year, and I know you visited us for Christmas, and now you're here for the summer. But how does it feel like being out there and then not being here to see your other siblings or your family here?
Well, like most of the time, I'd be missing them. I'd be stapling pictures of them to my walls. No fun. But like but yeah, like when you send me photos of them, yeah, when you send me photos of them, I feel like I'm not missing out on much. So
what did I say the first one was? 1, forgive?
Yeah, forgive.
Oh yeah.
Definitely forgive.
So yes, 1, forgive. 2, make sure that you communicate. 3, do not talk bad about your ex in front of your children. You shouldn't do it at all.
At all.
At all.
At all.
But if you do have something negative to say, don't say it in front of the kids.
What you do is you look in the mirror and then you say, would I say this to myself? No.
That's a good one.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could turn the mirror on yourself and say, maybe you're the issue in this.
You're like, would I want her saying this to me or to my children about me? No.
He's so smart.
Respect goes a long way.
If you say negative things about your ex in front of your kids, then 1, that hurts your kids. It also makes your kids have an ideal about you. They're going to have some kind of feelings towards you because you're talking bad about their other parent. So then they feel like they need to protect that parent because you're saying negative things about them. Or in the reverse, they're going to have some kind of negativity towards that other parent and not be respectful towards that other parent. And you don't want that. You don't want to teach your kids to be disrespectful to their other parents or to any adults anywhere. Because if you disrespect some adults, I'm going to beat you down. So, since I know if I even say the wrong word to a single adult, I'm going to get beat down. Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be her in general. It could be my dad, my grandma, my other grandma, my grandpa, my aunt, anybody on either side.
Right. So you want to teach your kids respect, and the way that you teach them respect is by you being respectful of that other parent, no matter how you feel about them.
Story time. So I went to my friend's house one time. He thought, and most kids think this, don't ask your kid because they're going to say no. It's pretty obvious. What he thought that when guests were over, his parents weren't going to do nothing to him. So when his mom was bringing him his laundry that he was supposed to do, he told him to get out of her room. His dad walked in.
Her.
Oh, her. Yeah, her. I'm sorry. And then his dad walked in, and I thought that this wasn't my place to be at the wrong time. So I was walking out the house, and the moment I was about to close the front door, I heard a smack and I heard crying, and I was like, oh gosh, I might not be coming back for a while. And yeah.
So yes, teach your kids respect.
Yep, respect.
Moral of the story. So those are the 3 main things when it comes to co-parenting. What are they?
Forgive,
communicate,
and respect.
Yes.
I lost the word for a second.
It's totally okay. So thank you for joining us today. Hit the subscribe button. If you like this, hit the like button.
And if you want me back, you gotta go to that 1 million likes. 1 million.
If you want to see Stefan come back, put a comment down below and I will have him back on. He's a comedian.
I'm a comedian.
Yes. Aspiring actor.
A real jokester.
We love you guys. Have a great day and
stay blessed.
yes.
Like and subscribe.
Yes, like and subscribe.
And press that bell that does something. I think it gives you notifications.